All right. To those of you who saw yesterday's video, this is probably long awaited, but hopefully some of you cared a little bit. But the original Pokemon for this team is Abomasnow, and I do believe it's a little bit of a better pick than Talonflame. This is a little bit more rehearsed than last video because my last video I had never ran Talonflame before. I do actually have a little bit of experience with Abomasnow, so I actually kind of know what I'm doing. If any of you want to submit any gameplays, by the way, down in the description, you can as well. Today we're covering my games, but while we're on Abomasnow, let's switch it to green so we can match the color. I'm kind of doing a blue and green sort of combo while we're running double water, and like I mentioned in the previous video, while we are running the exact same core back here, I do believe that the gameplay is very, very different depending on how you lead your Pokemon. And of course, this isn't like any kind of crazy unique team, but I did build it. I did not find this from anybody's video. And the last thing I want to mention is that these videos are going to be a little bit weirdly cropped because for the first time ever, these are actually in-bed recordings. I didn't grab this from the stream. So yeah, these are like when I'm just relaxing, getting 5-0s apparently while I'm not watching a show very well. So I do safe swap Politoed with this team. I mentioned last time that I safe swap Politoed because it's a little bit safer, I think, than Swampert. Or actually, I suppose ironically, it's actually less safe. And that's why I do it. I just sack Politoed completely. If there's a grass type, it's dead. It's out of the commission. And that's why I think, well, Abomasnow has a pretty good matchup against grass types, just like Talonflame. So I'm not really sure which one's better there. But I think Abomasnow has a lot better neutral play against everything. Either or, they're both great, really great picks. In this case, I am double shielding, absolutely. I need to stay away from that Alolan Marowak at all costs. And he comes in with a Whiscash. And I'm like, well, this game's over, whether or not he knows it. That's a ridiculous amount of damage, by the way. He stopped attacking, but did that put it into the yellow, like, right away? That's a ton of damage. And I say this all because, I mean, Shadow... Oh, that's right. This is the weirdest Marowak I've ever seen. I remember this game. Yeah. So I'm going to back that up. For those who might have not paid attention, or for people like me who are totally confused, you can see this, the text on the screen. It said, go Marowak. And I'll just show it once more. After we take out go Marowak, you can see the typing in the upper right. This is absolutely a Marowak, and I'm sitting here in my bed like, oh, that did a ton of damage. Wait a second, what? And you can see it actually is doing damage. That is a Marowak disguised as a Whiscash. I'm not really sure what the plan is there. I'm certain he probably tried to pick Whiscash because there's no real reason to throw a Marowak against a Politoed. As you can see, that's going very poorly for him. But once I realized it was Marowak and he had Politoed in the back, I'm thinking, well, I'm just going to come in with Swampert and then double Hydro Cannon and take the game. I felt a little bad doing that, but I mean, when the game bugs out that hard, it's kind of obvious to read. I could have maybe tried to farm down with Abomasnow and throw an energy ball, but yeah, after this point, he was kind of screwed over by the game, and he just sort of stopped attacking. So let's just get into the next one. Now, Abomasnow versus Abomasnow. Now, this is actually what inspired this team. I believe I was running, not Skarmory, something weak. It might have been Altaria double water, and I got against Abomasnow, and it just wrecked my whole team, and I thought, screw it. I'm just going to run Abomasnow myself. That way, if I get against an Abomasnow, my counter is an Abomasnow. And as I mentioned in the previous video, this is an ABB team, where you have an A, where it's a random Pokemon that counters whatever your two Bs are. So being double water in the back, I actually want to lose lead to draw out any potential grass type. But when it's in the lead like this, I kind of have no choice but to stay in or swap out like that, trying to catch a Weather Ball. Because I do believe energy on Abomasnow is worth saving. So I want to get out of there while I still have it. And I'm kind of glad I did, because it's a Politoed, and Energy Ball would do a ton of damage. He threw really early. I don't know why he didn't at least fake an Earthquake. I wasn't that far ahead on energy, so I thought he's definitely not at one. So at this point, I'm like, cool, I'm not shielding anything. You can just do whatever you want. And this was a few days ago, so I'm happy to say, actually, I don't even know how these games go. Seeing as I swapped first, I probably could have raced into an Earthquake, but like I said, I'm kind of just sacking my Politoed. I'm almost hoping he takes me out here because I'll get a really good farm on Abomasnow, and that's pretty much what happens. I end up just switching anyway because I think he swapped at the same time. So I have a Weather Ball in the back on my Politoed. I think I have a little bit of energy on the Swampert, or on the other Abomasnow, I'm sorry, and the Politoed. And at this point, I'm just farming everything down with Swampert, and even though he's going to throw a move here, Weather Ball's not going to do that much damage. A good amount, definitely, but at this point, I'm just trying to put everything on Swampert. And a Lantern in the back really makes me wish I was running Earthquake. I threw Hydro Cannon, not even sure why. I have no explanation for that. Again, these were late night battles from bed. So at this point, I mean, I didn't really think there was a way I could lose it either. I've got so much energy in the back. Everything, like the mud shots are doing super effective. So I'm like, all right, cool. I'll just come in with the Bomb of Snow now. Charge up to energy and just take advantage of the fact that he's not able to generate too much. And yeah, that was kind of a game. It was a little bit of a misclick, but yeah, I actually lost a game. I don't know if it was this. Oh, it maybe was with this set. I don't know. There was a game where I totally lost where I just completely threw the wrong move. I think I clicked like Hydro Cannon when it should have been Sludge Wave, much like that one, but it was a very different game, and it sucked. It might have been with a Venusaur. Either way, Zapdos, interesting lead. So I read, I don't actually know what the energy generation is, but I read from that we get to the move at the same time, and it's a Zapdos. Of course, he's gonna win. Charge move priority there. So I figured, cool. I'll just swap on the Drill Peck. And do I sack Swampert? I totally do. And I figured, cool, that's low enough to just farm him down, get some energy, and that's a Toxicroak. Okay, so I don't have a great answer to Toxicroak, but energy on Abomasnow is pretty threatening, and I think I just dump everything, because all I need is Powder Snow to take out that Zapdos. I don't need energy on this thing, but I can't even swap, and I'm stuck. So I figured, okay, shields are down. This is probably a Hail Mary Sludge Bomb, just a Mud Bomb. Not really sure what the deal was there. Let's farm him down and see what we can do. Hopefully, whatever he has in the back is really weak to Politoed. Based on him waiting, I think it is, and it absolutely is a Stunfisk. So in this case, I'm like, all right, great, sweet. Just throw the Weather Ball, farm up just a little bit. You got to be careful with Zapdos, because that thing will absolutely nuke a Politoed with Thunderbolt. And even if the opposing Stunfisk gets to an Earthquake, which I believe he does here, it's not going to KO. Politoed is such a beast. I think Earthquake might have KO'd from here, but I always just spam Weather Ball, and that's worked out for me. You can see it still does tons of damage, and I probably could have even Mudshotted down, but at this point, that was game, and I was feeling pretty good about it. So Shadow Zapdos, I've always wanted to build one of those, and I've never quite done it, but you know, maybe someday. Maybe if these videos start, you know, gaining more traction and I can really invest in that kind of thing, I will, because that's always been my line of thought, is like, you know, right now I'm just making these videos for fun, but if more people started hanging out here, you know, maybe I want to dump a couple 100,000 dust on something. Now Shadow Zapdos for the Great League would be pretty cheap, but yeah, Jealous into the lead. Definitely swap out of there as soon as he does, because I want to keep that Abomasnow stuck to it. I am very, very scared of Jellicent because double water in the back isn't exactly doing much, and I really wanted switch advantage, and we kind of got it. Simultaneously KO'd. What's he going to do? What's he going to do? What's he going to do? And I think this might have been one of the things I was talking about, where I was like, oh, God, I saw the Toxicroak, and I swapped into Abomasnow. Oh, geez. So now I'm stuck in a very losing matchup. As we saw earlier, with energy, Abomasnow actually handles Toxicroak pretty well. Just a couple of Weather Balls if shields are down, so not bad at all. At this point, I'm just spamming Hydro Cannon to run out the clock as long as possible. I don't know if I start shielding here. I think I'm just letting it go. But because he keeps Bubble Beaming me, I'm like, well, shoot, I'll just bank 2 Hydro Cannons. That's got to be really good for me. Now I'll start shielding just in case he starts throwing Shadow Ball. And I don't think he ever does. Spoiler alert, I don't know if that thing ever drops anything other than Bubble Beam. Like, are you running 2 moves? Like, what's going on here? And at this point, the opposing Jellicent is fairly low, if I'm not mistaken, so I'm just happy to start spamming Weather Ball. And I think I even shield this, yeah, because I feel like I can get to it, you know? I feel like I can get to an energy ball after throwing this. 15%. Oh, no. That's okay. I plugged it in after this. And there's a Jellicent, so I'm like, okay, that's not as low as I remember. I'm scared. Sack the Swampert. Get it out of here. Hydro Cannons aren't going to do that much damage anyway, and I think that's the play that won me the game. He undercharged it. I'm like, what are you doing? You got a KO. And so at that point, even though he undercharged it, even though my attack is debuffed, I'm like, well, shoot, you shouldn't have left this Swampert alive. I had a ton of energy, and I just triple Hydro Cannon for the win, which was the start of a trend. I find myself with this team throwing energy when they are, like, very low in the red very often, and I don't know why that keeps ending up like that, but yeah, that game, I feel like killing the Swampert, you know, like stack swapping the Swampert was my win condition. And then the only way that he could have lost that game was by not killing the Swampert. He must have not realized that I had 2 Hydro Cannons stored, and that was that. So anyway, once again, Toxicroak is kind of a soft check to this team. Like, it's still going to do neutral damage to Politoed and Swampert, and super effective to Abomasnow, even with Sludge Bomb as well. But because I'm running Mud Shot and water's neutral and Toxicroak's fairly frail, I'm able to actually handle it pretty well. Politoed versus Pelipper here is never good. That is another one of those things where I am looking to bait out Pelipper, Meganium, something like that. And again, because I'm running ABB, I've got another water type at the back. I don't really need switch. Like, I'm going to lose against that thing anyway. We're going to see the Toxicroak either way. I can just switch now. Start getting ahead on energy, because at this point, I basically didn't care. I'm like, this Politoed is not going to win against this Pelipper. Toxicroak's coming back no matter what. So I just sack it completely. That thing's out of here. And if I can throw a Hydro Cannon before he gets to a move, I can prevent taking even further damage. Pelipper is really low, and it's a Stunfisk. So I'm expecting a sack swap at this point. I'm pretty sure his clock's not up, so I'm just throwing right away. And I don't even think I'm going to use that Politoed. Not really going to come to that. He's not going to get to an Earthquake, even if he shield baits, which I see he does there. And I'm thinking swap. Yep. And then I just continue farming. I'm a little scared right here. I'm like, oh man, he's not at a Hurricane. Nope. Okay, cool. And then I just keep farming down. At this point, you just throw the Hydro Cannon. Like I said, throwing with no HP left just becomes a really interesting trend with this team. And Stunfisk, man, I haven't used Stunfisk in a while. I was just thinking about it today, actually, how I've been using Talonflame, these water teams, not always at the same time like yesterday, but I have not ran into a Stunfisk in quite a while. But yeah, taking out the Pupitar, gotta grab it, get that extra candy. Nice little 5-0, doing pretty well. And now I believe we have swapped to the stream battles. There was one more that I think I'm missing. In fact, I might actually... I don't know where that battle went. I apologize for this. But I played another one. Did I lose an entire set from this? I think I might have. I'm going to go through my files, actually, while I'm recording this. Because if I'm not mistaken, we might get some bonus battles. I think we might. Because I recorded a game... Oh, you know what I did? I'm sorry. I think I might have skipped right past it. I'm sorry. This was really out of order, but I had to stitch these battles together after the Pupitar, maybe? No. They don't seem to be in here. Well, either way, this is going to be a four-game set in here. Safe swapping Politoed, of course. 9-tails, love to see it, because I soft check that thing. Just trying to throw so I don't let charms through, very unsuccessfully. But I played a game at the mall while I was just out with Sig, I believe, just walking around, and I had to do a battle. It might have been with my dad, doesn't matter. I had to do a battle for one of my challenges, and it was, again, just you win the lead with Abomasnow. They safe swap to Bastiodon. I safe swap to whatever. I think I did Swampert, and they just left the game. They were like completely out of there, and I was like, great. I think he was even using Shadow Victory Bell. So once he saw the Abomasnow, he was like, well, bye. And it was the most satisfying thing. It's only a 40-second game, but yeah, sacking the Abomasnow, just getting it out of there, because I figured with an Alolan Marowak in the back, he's just, if I'm not going to be able to maintain alignment, he's not going to be very useful to me. So there it is. Everything's on Swampert. I do not want to get hit by a Shadow Bone here. I do not want to lose this, and he's got no shields, and it's an Umbreon. I think that's kind of a wrap. Umbreon is really tough to deal with. Even with Swampert, the Hydro Cannons just don't do enough, and this is a really, really long matchup, but I think we're just going to watch it out. Umbreon, man, that thing hits hard. It's one of those situations where Swampert is more attack-weighted rather than having huge, bulky defense, and Umbreon is less attack-weighted. However, clearly, as you can see here, Swampert is not attack-weighted enough. It's almost, like, just barely to where, and I'm even letting a Foul play through, or a Snarl. That's just bad news bears. I think if I didn't let that Snarl through, maybe I would have been able to farm down, and that's why I'm always trying to be so, anal about throwing properly. I have learned that with Mudshot versus Snarl, it takes, for every 2 Snarls, you can do 3 Mudshots. So 1, 2, 3, throw, 1, 2, 3, throw, and then you just line it up just like that. Am I baiting here? Is that a Politoed? Definitely. Oh no, it's not the Munchlax game. Yeah, I don't know. Wow. Yeah, Munchlax I feel like is pretty spicy. It's always been kind of a top pick. Like, people can use it to very good effectiveness, but I haven't seen it much recently, and I'm not entirely certain why. Maybe somebody in the comments below knows exactly why Munchlax hasn't been that prevalent, but it's always been sort of a niche pick anyway, so maybe it's not that weird that I haven't seen it. But yeah, Azumarill is an interesting Pokemon, because I feel like maybe if I was higher ranked, this would have been much more of a conversation, but I feel like I just don't see them that often. I feel like every team you ever make in Great League, you need to ask yourself how you're going to handle Azumarill, but I just don't run into it much. And as you can see, we got Sludge Wave for Azumarill. Earthquake does a pretty healthy amount, and Energy Ball from Abomasnow is not going to be a problem. And Abomasnow actually has some pretty good bulk. At least in the Azumarill matchups, I was doing pretty well tanking Ice Beams early today, and it only does about 40%. I was pretty impressed. I honestly thought I might survive that, but nope, Munchlax has proven me wrong, and I literally don't even remember how this game goes. I have no recollection facing a Munchlax, but they are very spammy. I learned today, actually, that Body Slam is a clone of Weather Ball. So, fun fact, there you go. We are kind of using the same move, but with Lick versus Mudshot, it's a very different output. And so So glad I let the Obama Snow go. I don't know if it was just a lucky guess or whatever, but I figured, you know what? I'm not going to shield the Obama Snow. I was sort of half farming up, knowing I needed to, and half expecting a sack swap. So I just sort of farmed up, and like I said, throwing with minimal health left becomes a really interesting trend on this for some reason. Always throwing with no HP remaining, but hey, yeah, you got to do what you got to do. And I think it's because it keeps coming down to not wanting to get hit by a move and not wanting to be, not wanting to give them a chance to win. So I'm always just throwing whenever I have the move just to secure the victory. Politoed, definitely want to see it in the lead. Again, the whole backline soft checks it, so it's not really a big deal. Little slow in the swap, but not on purpose. Not on purpose, I should say, because I'm always kind of sort of trying to farm up extra energy on the Abomasnow, so I never like to swap out immediately, but against the Medicham, I probably should have gotten out there sooner. I don't actually know if a Politoed actually wins this matchup, but again, Politoed, even the matchups it loses, it does so much damage on its way out that it's kind of fine, and I really need switch advantage here. I definitely want to keep Abomasnow, at least with shields down, against that Politoed. If I can land an energy ball, that's really good for me, and as you can see, the energy is just coming in very, very fast here, so maybe this is winnable. He definitely shields it, and then I lose switch, and that's okay. That's okay. If shields are down, I'm happy because Abomasnow needs it, and like I said, if I've already lost swap, then I'm out of there. I'm just gonna swap immediately, and obviously if I charge up to an energy ball, he's not gonna want to come in with Politoed, so I figured screw it, we'll just go to Swampert. Swampert is a great matchup, and Abomasnow as well. That ice damage, I think is one of the best outputting damages in the game. I think it has one of the most super effective weaknesses, I should say, in the entire game, but I tried to I don't know if I was baiting because he doesn't have a shield. I thought maybe this would KO, and it does. Oh, wow. Okay, well, good for me. I actually didn't know that would KO. I thought Politoed might survive that. Maybe mine has better PvP IVs because I'm pretty sure you could survive from that range. Maybe I'm totally wrong, but yeah, there's Medicham. Yeah, did I just lose this game? I think that was super winnable, but at the same time, that Stunfisk has a lot of health on it, and I don't really think it was going to matter in the end. That Medicham is kind of a core breaker for this team, and I just surrendered to save us some time. Yeah, even an energy ball plus defense drop is not going to matter. He's going to get to a rock slide, and that game is going to be a wrap. So I think that was winnable, but I got a little tricky with my swaps, and yeah, I think getting that Swampert locked against the opposing Politoed was not good. Shadow Abomasnow versus Abomasnow. Oh, goodness, I did not react fast enough to that at all. But I kind of played it right. I let one incinerate through, so I figured I'll farm up a couple of extra powder snows, then swap to Swampert. Then he threw a Brave Bird. I'm like, you're a mad lad. What are you doing? You're just going straight for it. So I figured, cool, I'll just start spamming Hydro Cannon. He did get through an incinerate. Not loving it, but I'm pretty sure he just lets us go. Oh, he doesn't. Okay, so that was a different battle today. I'm getting them mixed up now. Yeah, at this point, I'm thinking, oh, crap. He's got an extra Brave Bird extra incinerate worth of energy. I probably could have farmed up a little bit more there, but you do not want to play around with Brave Bird. I could be cheesy and say you don't want to play with fire, but yeah, in this case, I figured, okay, I'll farm a little bit of extra energy. Right when he's about to get it, I'm going to swap into my own Abomasnow, and he comes in with a Charmer. I'm thinking, okay, I have good neutral matchups against all of this. I think Sludge Wave is the only way I take out that Abomasnow, so even though I love to drop a Sludge Wave onto a Clefable, that is a really low amount of HP, so I'm thinking, okay, I'm just going to wait this out, because a swap and a Sludge Wave is basically all I'm going to need. And I'm pretty sure I sack Politoed here. I'm not sure if I throw or not. I think I was thinking either I'm going to farm this all the way down and spam Weather Ball, or I'm going to let this go and then swap as soon as I can. So I farm up from that one hit and then a couple more, and I threw this right before he got to Weather Ball, which would have definitely taken me out, knowing that Sludge Wave was my best bet at taking out that Abomasnow. I don't know if I did a good job covering that game, but I know that there was a lot going on in my brain for that match, and I definitely needed to play it right. And you know what? Just while we're at it, let me pull up this game with VLC here, because I really wanted to share this. Open with, here we go. I don't know what happened to my game, and I need to switch to center. This might be, yeah, cropped terribly because I have to set it up for somebody else's phone, but this was essentially the battle at the mall. Victory Bell in the lead. Love to see it. Shadow Victory Bell is super toxic. I am always happy to fight one of these things, so I'm like, all right, cool. I don't even know if I threw right away. I was expecting a swap, but I thought, okay, if you're not going to swap, I'm just going to throw my Weather Ball. Here we go. Charge it up, and I'm going to speed this up just while we're waiting, because that is going to take forever. And then he just lets it go. I'm like, okay, there's Bastiodon. Let me just swap into one of these. And he quit. He was like, I'm not having any of that. And I'm standing in the mall. I'm thinking, yeah, Great. Shorter the battle, the better. Let me get back to my quests. And that's exactly how that game went. So I am always happy to see a Shadow Victory Bell go down. Some people don't care. A lot of people are like, oh, grass hole teams are like, you know, if it works, just don't mind it. I do mind it. I think it's really toxic, and it's just really annoying, those tap teams. It's like, come on. Use something that has skill, right? Like, it's just not fun to play against. So anytime it goes down, I am very, very happy to see it. So if you guys enjoyed the video, feel free to subscribe, you know, submit your gameplay down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time.